Brighton's finest.
Juice.
You're on your second album, Bambino. How long has it been in the making?
So I'd say altogether like 2 years that we've been really working on it. So it's a long time. I mean, we've been sat on it. It's been finished for about a year. We've had it done, but obviously we had to get things together with the label, and it's taken us up to now to get it released. But I don't think there'll be that much of a wait before the next album next time. I think we're back on track now.
Right. Are you already writing the next album?
Yeah, we are actually. Just because it's been so long, we started going into the studio, sounding really good. Yeah, I think it won't be too far. I mean, hopefully the idea is to kind of tour this, get this up to a level, and then put out some new music just before the summer next year and just hit the festivals again.
So this album's quite different to the first, isn't it? I've read that it fuses a lot of sample-led dub with your kind of trademark indie sound. Where did that influence come from?
Well, the dub influences, it was just me and Ryan would be sat at home, listening to these records that he had. And just like, I don't know, I think the whole aim of this record was to kind of make music that we'd listen to genuinely. Do you know what I mean? Just like we'd actually listen to on our iPods or whatever. No one has iPods anymore, but, like our phones or whatever when we get on a train. So I think just naturally it was just like, right, why don't we just like take a portion of this song that we're listening to and see what we can do to it to kind of, make something new with it. So that's where those kind of, the actual samples of music came from. But as far as like the samples of just the spoken word bits on Double Dutch and a few of the other tracks on the album, I think it's just kind of just something we just thought was cool, wanted to experiment with, and just like, just took a step and just did it.
Yeah. So it's self-recorded, so you didn't have a label kind of giving you top-down instructions. What kind of effect does having that creative freedom have on an album?
Oh, well, it just took ages. You never know when to stop. You know what I mean? It's just like you'll just carry on going and tweaking and deleting and restarting stuff until, I mean, if it was up to me, I'd probably still be working on it now. But it's just like, it's done now. We had to put it to bed. But yeah, I think it's just that. But it's also, it just takes a lot of confidence, I think. Because sometimes we'd second guess ourselves and listen to it and just be like, is this actually any good? Are we just going a bit mad? I don't know. And yeah, I think that's the benefit of having a label when you're writing, is just people being there to say, oh yeah, this is sounding good, this is going in a good direction or whatever. But there's pros and cons, but I definitely would love to make another album using what we've learned and building on it again.
What happened with Infectious Music? Because you were with them and then found yourself labelless. Was it you departed from them?
Well, no, it was basically before we signed to them, they were completely independent. And then BMG bought them out just as we were putting our first album out. And I guess lots of people changed. They got lots of new people in. And I guess when the time came round to it, when the head of the label looks at you, they don't look at who you are. They just say, there's a number, that's how much money there is.
Yeah.
That's the name of the band, get rid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel with a label like Dirty Hit, I know for a fact that it's all about the career and just like trying to make it work for an artist. Just because I think a lot of them at the label come from places where they respect and understand how hard it is to actually make music. So yeah, it's a very different setup, but we couldn't be happier.
Yeah. And did you go to Dirty Hit with the record already made?
Yeah, we had it finished. We went to them and they were like, yep.
And you've spoken about how recording it wasn't easy. Sometimes you wanted to quit.
Yeah.
How close were you?
Oh, yeah, a few times. Like, we pretty much had just gone, all right, there's no way we can do this sort of thing, We'll just start a new band was the plan for a while. We were going to scrap all these songs off and just start something brand new with some new people. But I'm really glad that we hadn't.
Mm-hmm. So the last single that you released is Unstoppable.
Yeah.
The third single from the album. And it samples Prince Buster.
Yeah.
How come you chose that?
Well, like I said, it was just in a pile of records that we were listening to. Just it was just a cool melodica line. It's like it was just cool, and it just kind of, I don't know, I guess subconsciously it was in a place because even on its own, it's quite like a dark, eerie kind of top line. And I guess when we were writing it, that was just kind of yeah, it just kind of fitted, and I just kind of instantly just knew what I wanted to do with it as soon as I heard it. I was just like, yeah, just went for it.
Great. So I'm very excited to hear the album. Which track, because there's 3 tracks that you've released so far, which one that hasn't come out yet are you most excited to share with everyone?
There's a track at the end called Clo Park that I'm really excited. And there's a track called Rain Dance on there that I'm really excited for people to hear. But yeah, all of them, because we didn't record, you know, like conventionally. We did a track at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a new drum sound, and it was a new month. It was like a different time in our lives. So each one I can listen to and go back, and they just remind me of a different place or a period. So yeah, I think there's equal love for all of them. But those 2 are very interesting songs, and I can't wait for people to hear them.
Brighton's finest.
Juice.